Today we will have a discussion on the external morphology of rabbit. So before going to the external features, we will just see the taxonomical status of rabbit. Its scientific name is Oryctolagus cuniculus. It belongs to phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, class Mammalia, order Lagomorpha, family Leporidae, genus Oryctolagus, species Cuniculus. Rabbits are gregarious organisms, that is, they are found in groups. They are nocturnal in nature. Nocturnal means they are active during night. They generally live in burrows. These burrows are called warrens, and they occupy the burrows in grasslands and woodlands. This burrowing behavior is said to be fossorial. So they are gregarious, nocturnal and fossorial. Now coming to the external features of rabbit, the body is covered by fur. It is divisible into 4 regions: head, neck, trunk and tail. Head is slightly depressed and elongated. At the anterior extremity of the head, the mouth is present. The mouth is bounded by the soft upper and lower lips. A peculiar feature of rabbit is that the upper lip is divided by a cleft, and through this cleft, the incisors or the front teeth, the upper incisors or the front teeth which are present on the upper jaw are exposed. They can be seen outside through this cleft, and these incisors are looking like chisels. They are used for cutting. On the sides of the upper lip are present several long, stiff hairs which are called as vibrissae, and these vibrissae are sensitive to touch, so they are said to be tactile hairs, and they are very similar to the whiskers present in cats. Just above the mouth, at the end of the snout region, there are 2 external nostrils through which air is taken from the atmosphere, and they look oblique in shape. The eyes are seen on either side of the head, so they are laterally placed, and each eye is guarded by an upper eyelid, a lower eyelid, and there is a membrane present which is called as the nictitating membrane. The eyes are provided with eyelashes. Behind the eyes is a pair of earlobes, external earlobes, which are also called as pinnae. Each earlobe is called as a pinna, which is a characteristic feature of mammals. The presence of fur or hair over the body is also exclusive to mammals, and these pinnae or earlobes are long, flexible and movable. So these are the features seen on the head, that is, the mouth, the nostrils, the vibrissae, eyes and ears. Now coming to the neck, it separates the head and the trunk region. The trunk is divisible into 2 portions. They are the thorax and the abdomen. On the ventral side of the abdomen, in female, there are 4 to 5 pairs of nipples, or they are called as teats, or otherwise called as mammae. And it is into these mammae that the milk glands open. The ducts of the milk glands or the mammary glands open into these teats or nipples. So it is from these nipples that the young ones get milk. These teats are small and underdeveloped in male. Coming to the posterior region of the trunk, the tail is present. At the root of the tail is the anal opening, which is the digestive opening. Coming to the ventral side, just in front of the anus, there is another opening which is called as the urinogenital opening. So the 2 openings seen at the posterior region of the body, the posterior region of the trunk, are the urinogenital opening and the anus. In the case of male, this urinogenital opening is not exposed as it is there in female. In male, the urinogenital opening is located at the tip of an organ which is their mating organ, and this mating organ is called as penis. So in male, the urinogenital opening is seen at the tip of this penis. Again, in male, On either side of the penis, there is present a sac which is called as the scrotum or the scrotal sac, and it is inside the sac that the testis or the male reproductive organ is located. In female, the urinogenital opening is seen exposed. There is no copulatory organ. And in front of the urinogenital opening in female, there is a prominence which is known as clitoris. It is a sensitive structure. It is considered to be homologous to penis, that is, it is structurally similar to penis. Functionally, they are not same. The area between the anus and the urinogenital opening is known as perineum. Here, there is a depressed pit-like region into which there are many ducts opening. These ducts belong to certain glands which are called as perineal glands. So, the perineal glands are present at the perineal region and the ducts open to the perineum. And these glands produce secretions which have got a characteristic smell which is used for mate attraction during the breeding season. The trunk, apart from these openings, bears paired pentadactyl forelimbs and hind limbs. Pentadactyl means built on a 5-digit plan. That means 5 fingers and 5 toes each on forelimb and hind limb. That is called pentadactyl plan. Penta is 5 and dactyl is digit. The forelimbs have 5 digits. The hind limbs have 4 digits, though built on the pentadactyl plan. All these digits have claws at their ends. The tail is very short and it is covered with fluffy hair. The tail shows certain peculiar movements. These movements serve as warning signals for the fellow members to escape from enemies. So these are the external features of rabbit. The skeletal system is divided into the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. The axial skeleton forms the bones which make up the central axis of the body. Appendicular skeleton consists of the bones which support the forelimbs and hind limbs. Now coming to the axial skeleton. The axial skeleton is divided into skull, vertebral column, ribs and sternum. The appendicular skeleton consists of the limb bones, that is the bones of the forelimb and the hind limb, as well as the limb girdles. The limb girdles support the limb bones. The limb girdle that supports the forelimb bones is called as pectoral girdle or the shoulder girdle, and the limb girdle which supports the hind limb bones is called as the pelvic girdle or the hip girdle. The skull of rabbit is divisible into 2 regions, the cranial region and the facial region. The cranial region protects the brain. The facial region consists of the sense capsules and the jaws. The cranial region is in turn divisible into 3 segments, which are the occipital segment that consists of 4 bones, parietal segment that consists of 6 bones, and the frontal segment consisting of 5 bones. The sense capsules are of 2 types. They are the auditory capsules and the olfactory capsules. Then the jaws. The jaws comprise the upper jaw and the lower jaw. The upper jaw is called as maxilla and the lower jaw is called as the dentary.